going on, Jerome's? With Minnesota Vikings quarterback Jerome Ezekiel Cousins unfortunately up on blocks for the rest of the season with the torn Achilles, there was some thinking that the Vikings would make some moves, whether adding a quarterback in free agency or potentially adding one at the NFL trade deadline. And the Vikings did just that, picking up Arizona Cardinals Josh Dobbs, who was headed towards the bench. Clayton Tune was drafted by the current administration, as well as Kyler Murray as potentially returning from his torn ACL. And, of course, they want to showcase him for trade market in the offseason. So Dobbs, even though he was 1-7, hashtag QB wins, he actually played well given the circumstances because Arizona does not have a lot of talent, and Dobbs is coming into a very good situation here. He's only 28 years young. He's a journeyman quarterback. He's very smart and adept at picking up new offenses. He was in camp with the Browns. Cardinals traded for him at the beginning of the season, and he started for them right away. So I think he's a great asset. And the Ringer listed the Minnesota Vikings as well as Josh Dobbs, one of the winners of the NFL trade deadline. This is what they wrote. Steven Ruiz, after spending the first 6 years of his professional career, blah, 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 blah. Josh Dobbs can't stay out of the NFL spotlight. Okay, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but it feels like can't go mouth without hearing. Breaking, Josh Dobbs traded, which is kind of fair. Since last Thanksgiving, Dobbs has been waived by Cleveland, signed to Detroit's practice squad, signed by Tennessee to start what was eventually a Week 18 postseason playing game, signed a $2 million deal to return to Cleveland, only to get traded, blah, 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 blah. Then the Vikings are going to come out of this as winners, hence the asterisk shown above. They'll need to put Dobbs' literal mobility to good use. The Cardinals have already laid the blueprint by running a discount version of the Eagles' Jalen Hurts offense with quarterback option runs and RPOs serving as the foundation of the scheme. And frankly, if Kevin O'Connell wants to go down that route, Jaron Hall has a mobility as well. And it's something that they bring to the table that Kirk Cousins did not. I mean, Kirk, yes, was a better quarterback at the stage of their respective careers. Kirk was frankly playing at a top 5 level, but mobility you can't discount. And also the quarterback run options and also the RPOs, just the threat of that could actually help open up the running game with Madison, Akers, and Ty Chandler, which would be great. Dobbs may not have been a good quarterback in Arizona, but he proved to be a useful one, especially in the run game, where the Cardinals rank 11th in expected points added per play this season. I just said that. His usefulness in Minnesota will be dictated by how Kevin O'Connell leverages Dobbs' ability in the run game. Plugging him into an offense designed for Kirk Cousins that expecting to work will lead to disastrous results. Same thing with Jaron Hall. I mean, Jaron Hall has potential, and he could develop into that dude. He could become the future franchise of the Vikings, and obviously that would be option one for the Vikes, but I actually do like Josh Dobbs as a viable backup plan. And also, I mean, a lot of people made of a big to-do of like, whoa, I mean, the Vikings don't have faith in Jaron Hall because they trade for Josh Dobbs. No. The Josh Dobbs trade was a lot more about how they feel about Nick Mullins' back, who's still on injured reserve, by the way. And the only other quarterback in the sphere is Sean frickin' Mannion on the practice squad. And the Vikings basically picked up Josh Dobbs for a song. So what's there to be mad about? I mean, this was a great move by Kwesi. And if you hate it, you just hate Kwesi. Or you hate Josh Dobbs. I don't know. It's one of the two things. But option number one, obviously, is Jaron Hall is that guy. That's why he's starting on Sunday. Oh, the Vikings don't trust Jaron Hall. Yeah. They don't trust him because they left him as the only other quarterback on the roster and the only quarterback on the game day, 46, after Nick Mullins went down with a back injury. That's how much they don't trust him. Yeah, he was the quarterback they drafted late in the draft when there was a bunch of other QBs available. That's why they don't trust him. Please. Get the hell out of here. So again, yes, option one would be ideally Jaron Hall plays well and becomes the Vikings' future franchise and spends the next 10 years winning a dozen Jerome Bardys, which would be fantastic. But like we pointed out before, Josh Dobbs didn't play bad in Arizona. No, he didn't put up the Lulu numbers, but Arizona is just a bad team. But some of the plays and throws that Dobbs made against the Cowboys in the Cardinals' only win of the season looked really good. And frankly, he looked good in the Niners game as well. And frankly, he looked good in the Baltimore game, which he got them in position to kick a field goal for whatever reason at the end, which made Baltimore not cover the 9.5. Not that I'm mad. Not that I'm mad at Josh Dobbs or anything. But with Josh Dobbs, is he going to be the future franchise? Probably not, but he is only 28 years young, and could his career have a Geno Smith adjacent type arc where he turns into this journeyman backup, and then all of a sudden he gets a shot just like Geno did last year with the Seahawks at age 32, and both of them can sling it downfield, and they don't give an F. They don't give an F, man. Like Josh Dobbs is like Geno Smith, very high variance, will take shots, will make stupid mistakes sometimes, but he'll give you a puncher's chance. I think that's what is appealing about Josh Dobbs, and we'll see. I mean, I feel a lot better about the Vikings quarterback situation than I did before the trade deadline on Tuesday. I really do. I think that Jaren Hall, especially after watching back some BYU Jaren Hall highlights. Let's go, baby. Let's go. But also Josh Dobbs. Again, if Kevin O'Connell, Wes Phillips cater the offense to what Hall and Dobbs do well and don't just try to jam a square peg into a round hole, I think the Vikings could have a shot. And at 4-4, wanting some more, the NFC is wide open. I think they certainly do. But your thoughts are thoughts. The Ringer calls the Vikings and Josh Dobbs winners of the NFL trade deadline. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.